All right, I wanted to discuss Bitcoin as well as the S&P. What we got going on here on SPY. I'll come back to SPY in a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to remove a lot of these indicators because this is kind of a day trading grid here, but you can see RSI is hot, which doesn't usually mean anything. It can stay hot. Usually that's a good sign that it's going to keep running, right? And that it's bullish, especially when there's dips and it's in a period like that, kind of like right here. RSI is hot. We have a quick dip. That means it's going. We got an inverted hammer. Look at that beautiful pop play right there, right off that EMA. And right there, look at that setup. It's a shame I didn't see that. It's crazy. I look back and I'm like, if I would have saw that, that's why you got to check the daily candles at the end of the day, the last 10 minutes of the market before it closes. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin because people are asking. Let me remove, excuse me for a second, because this is just a wreck right here. Let's go ahead and pretty much remove everything. I want nothing on here at all. Not a thing. Nice and clean. There we go. So we're going to head over to the weekly chart. It's funny, we bounced right off that fib. Let me draw this live for you all. Right? Let's okay. Wrong one. Let me draw this live. Right where it taps that candle. Right down there. Look at this. It touches it nearly perfectly. Let's zoom in here on the daily. Look at that. Literally perfectly. It pretty much perfectly kissed the fib right there. Beautiful. So we bounced off that. I mean, overall it's bearish. I don't see any pattern. That doesn't mean that one isn't going to form. Now on a monthly, we pretty much have a cup and handle overall. And this could take another 4 months to play out. What are we it's 6, I'd say 3.5 months before we start to curl up. I'm going to just simply let it cool off. Before we go higher, we must go lower. Right? Just like we had a big run up over here. We went lower, we went higher, although that's not where we are. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at the last halving. Okay, we're going to zoom in all the way up till before the 2021. So we had the halving in May, which was right. You know what? Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in even more. Is it going to let me? It's not, because we're already zoomed in enough. Where is it? Right here. Right in here was the halving last time during COVID. And what happened after? We went into quantitative easing. What are we about to do? We're about to go into quantitative easing. What happened to Bitcoin last time? It went nuts. Now, that I understand that was different. This was a perfect storm. Everything was beaten down, and the government, that was overkill what they did. But let's count the months. You know what? In fact, let's see if I can add a custom time frame here. We're just say 10 years, right? We want to go on the week instead of it being 3-year and weekly. There we go. Perfect. Now we can see it a lot better. Let's zoom in. There's the COVID drop. Where was I at? It hit 3,200. I was watching it. I almost pulled the trigger. Pretty upset with myself. But we're going to go up to the halving basically up until before it ran. Let's go to the halving to where we are pretty much now. Right? It shot up and it ran flat all the way through. It ran all the way through July, and at the end of the July, just because it was bullish in July doesn't mean it's going to be bullish this time. But overall, Bitcoin at this time, look how beaten down it was because of COVID. I mean, it just dumped. This time around, it's kind of opposite, right? It's like this inversed in a way over in here because we had the ETF approval. The anticipation is what drove it up from August all the way until the approval. We had a temporary blow-off top. And then people and institutions started flooding in, and that sent it up. So it really shouldn't be where it's at. It should probably be like, you know, between $29,000 and $36,000, right? And then from there, if it started to shoot up, everyone would be excited to where it is now. But we're already there now, and everyone's kind of freaking out because it had a bit of a pullback. But if we go and look towards the end of the year, you know, we ripped almost all the way into 2022. Right into November of 2021. We ripped for a long, long time. Although you didn't get that much more, and you wouldn't have sold it. Well, actually, yes, you would have. I called the top based off this shooting star right here. Were you going to sell there? You probably wouldn't have. Right? And you look back, okay, maybe I would sell the top. You don't know where the top is. That gave you where the top is. That gave you where that top is. Both tops, the very highest points, gave you reversal candles. It was very simple on the weekly. But you can see that we had a bit of a dip. We had a pop and then a dip. You know, it was playing with everybody here. We had a nice run up from, you know, around $8,700 to $12,600, and then dipped and pretty much almost gave it all back up. And this was happening in September. Well after the halving, right? And then look what followed. We just went absolutely parabolic. I believe we're going to go nuts this time as well, right? Especially since we pretty much have a cup and handle there. The handle's kind of throwing me off a little bit on the formation, but I don't like the kind of M pattern that we had. It's too bad I didn't see that shooting star right there on the weekly. But overall, this is where we're at. There is no sign of bulls at all right now. And I'm warning all of you, it can remain like this for another 3 or 4 months. Now, if we crack that, are we going to see 47? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Let's pull up volume profile here. Let's zoom out a bit. Look at us. We're falling into no man's land right there. Big volume dips. We're not filling that. That's not going to happen. Worst case is 47, in my opinion. And we're probably going to bounce around here. And this is a big volume. There's a big gap zone due to this big run up over here. Look at that beautiful flag before the pop. Pretty much a flag right there. So there's nothing that says we're going up right now. It would be nice to drop down to 47. And then curl around and have some type of bullish pattern. Who knows what it will be. But again, we did kiss this fib nearly perfectly. Let's move on to SPY. Again, expect nothing but chop and despair until about October. Right? It may get some steam, but September's usually bearish. I'm just hoping that they're going to throw a cut in at the end of the year. And when that happens, when and if it happens, since Bitcoin runs inverse the dollar, we should get some steam on this thing. But let's go. Alt season hasn't even started yet either. But let's go ahead and take a look at SPY here on the daily. And you know what I see? I don't like that right there at all, and that gap. Let's go ahead and pull up the 1, 2, 3 indicator with volume coded into it by myself. That was coded by me. We have a 1, 2, 3. Right here on the daily. I don't like that. After usually during holidays, weeks that are holidays, we rip. Other than Passover, and there's another one. I can't remember the name of it. Another holiday that we're usually not bullish. But, you know, St. Patty's Day, I don't know why. 4th of July, we usually boom. But that is a like screaming 1, 2, 3 right now. If we open up, I expect that candle. If we open up bull, I expect us to go bear. So based off that, I'm calling us to go bear next week, right? Wouldn't shock me if we'd keep running, right? Would not shock me in the slightest bit with how bullish we are. Look at this on freaking... Look at this when I charted this. I don't even remember charting that. Look at that on the freaking weekly. God. I did get in that, though. I did get in that. Equity Genie, you guys check him out. we have a 1, 2, 3. Is that a hanging man? That's pretty much a hanging man right there. I just wish there would be no wick, and that's a reversal candle with a 1, 2, 3 here. It's calling this as a 1, 2, 3, and it's also calling this as a 1, 2, 3, and the third candle being a hanging man. I'm in puts on TSLL for August, way out. I'd rather play TSLL than Tesla because the theta isn't as harsh. It's generally cheaper, more inexpensive to go further out on the expiration. So that increases my probability. I can go closer to the money. The theta isn't as harsh as buying an OTM Tesla. You can imagine if it chopped around or stayed there until expirations already came down a little bit within a week or so. You've cooked the option. I'm expecting Tesla. I don't play Tesla for swing trading. I play TSLL on the leverage funds. Thank God they came out with those. I don't generally play them on any of the other ones because only TSLL's got volume. The options on it are great. The options on the other ones just aren't there, and I play equity on them sometimes as well, only to the upside. Downside, I do put debit spreads on the stock itself. So I'm my indicator called it here last time, and look at that dump, and we had another 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, you can't just count the candles. You have to. It's not just counting 3 candles in a row because that doesn't work, especially when something's trending. There's volume compared to the other candles that I've coded in here. That's only available to the Diamond members and ZTradez. But we have a 1, 2, 3. We had one over here, and we dipped quite a bit over there. Let me go ahead and pull up where is going on with my. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here with my price. Usually shows me the price just with my arrow. I don't know what's going on with TOS or what I screwed up here. It's not showing me right now. I'll fix that later. Anyway, since we got 3 minutes left on this video, I'm calling for us to go bear, guys, and I'm calling and I got my eyes on this. On Tesla, which I'm already in puts. Overall, I think Tesla's going to go higher. But in the meantime, she went too high, too fast, with massive gaps there. You know, we've got big gaps, and that's pretty much a hanging man there. And we have volume gaps all the way down. Right? We could definitely fill that volume gap, in my opinion, right there. But this is intense here. I'm going to go ahead and pull something else up here and check this out. Check it out like this. Volume looks amazing. It's still very bullish. Could fail, but that 1, 2, 3 matching up with it on SPY and the Qs is pretty much telling me we could come down. I want to check out Apple as well. Look how bullish that is on Apple. I want to check it out on a weekly. Oh my gosh, we have just taken off. Let's also see what's going on with Amazon here. Nothing. Spectacular, and Nvidia. Looks like everything's peeling off volume-wise, right? Square is one I'm going to have my eyes on. You take a look at it here. Doesn't look bad. So, you know, well, there's one more thing I wanted to pull up. I want to pull up Square over here on TrendSpider, but for the sake of this video, nothing I say is financial advice. Those of you that want to join the Discord, you can join it here on the home page, completely free. Check out our terms and conditions page. Again, do not take anything based off anything I say on any of these videos. Take a look at Square. By the way, if any of you guys have chart requests, let me know in the group, and I can pull some stuff up. But Square doesn't look bad. Right, and what really caught my eye is the fact that it didn't react when Bitcoin dropped. It didn't do anything. It just sat there. You know, Mara's been holding up pretty well on top of that. I mean, Mara's look at us above all the EMAs here. I mean, we're just sitting above everything, and the body on this candle right there, above this one. When they were all moving down and we had a pop. Oh my gosh, it looks great. It looks really good. So anyways, if you guys like this content, make sure to like and follow for more. And if you guys have any chart requests, please ask in the Discord. before I get off here, look just how much time do I have? For a couple seconds here. Look at that candle formation. Beautiful.